Hello, friends. Happy St. Distaff Day. Woo! Oh, I gotta move you. We're not on a boat. Some of you guys won't know what that means. Long, long ago, picture it. Michigan, 2019. Probably, I don't know. Oh gosh, what do I do now? I was live. I think I was in my kitchen. And I moved the camera and somebody said, I was like, oh, sorry. And somebody said, what are we, on a boat? And it cracked me up. I still think it's really funny. Okay, this is different because it's wrong. Well, someone wasn't prepared today and it was moi. Happy New Year. Abir, did you get your machine figured out? Because if you did not, I am not an expert seamstress, but I do have a baby lock machine, which is also made by brother. And I think maybe I know what it is, but I just saw the video. Hello. Happy St. Distaff's Day. Distaff? Whatever. How are you? Oh my gosh, hello? Natalia, how are you? How is Colorado? Molly told me you moved. Oh, Andrew's COVID free. Woo! Is everyone healthy? We're pretty healthy. I don't think I'll cough at the end, but if I do, I'll just turn off the mic. Yeah, last time I was like, why did you not just turn off the mic until you had your fit? Thank you. Did you see that? My waiter brought my libation.
Hi, everybody. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
A guest appearance. Oh, good. But did you get it fixed, a beer? Hello, Bonnie. How's Ontario? Are you getting snow? We are. Hello, Cindy. How's California? Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rebecca. He left already. He'll be looking though, because he usually goes up to his office. I know this is crazy, but he usually goes up to his office and listens and works. Well, he'll be working today. He doesn't always work. Hello, Tracy and Margarita. I don't know if you guys will remember these because it's a long time ago. Oh, Bonnie, were you snowless too? We were for a long time. I made these Rolegs in a video off my drum carter like 2 years ago, and I thought I spun them. So I had them in this like little tub, and I went back and looked at the tub, and it looked like they were gone, and I was like, sweet. I must have spun them. I don't remember. Where's the yarn? And then I found them in a bag today, and I'm like, that's what I'm gonna spin today. So embarrassing, but it's the truth. You were not, Carrie Chapman. Were you really? Oh, Sarah. I'm so sorry. That is the worst. You are, Carrie. Oh my gosh. I just spit talking because I got so excited. I saw your spinning of your bat, and that reminded me of them. And then I was in my own studio, and I pulled this plastic bag out, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I wasn't looking for them, but that did make me think of them. It's so similar. Stacy, hello. It's still snowing here. Carrie, is it snowing at your house? What did I do? Oh my gosh, this one's huge. Why is it so long? Don't, Elizabeth. I see you. Oh, I'm sorry. Margarita, you don't have snow? Aren't you in Arlington? You better not have snow. Teresa has no snow. Where are you, Teresa? Hello, Kathleen. How are you guys? Tracy said, "Oh, Sarah, hugs to you. It's a hard time." It is a hard time. I had such a hard time with that. Oh, Mary, okay. Snow coming Monday and Tuesday. What's going on over there, Mary? I just saw a video this morning that was crazy just outside of Chicago. I was like, wait, what's going on? Hey, Sarah, I haven't seen you in a while. Cece said, "I feel you, Sarah. My daughter just left. She has yarn and socks and hooded scarves and homemade bread." Oh, Brenda, hello. You don't have snow in Texas, do you? Texas, Tennessee, I mean, not Texas. Whew. I do know where Nashville is. Well, Elizabeth, you're not really that far from me. I meant to ask, did you guys go to the beach in Holland? Last week, it was so quick. Sarah said he's been home for a whole month. I got used to him being here. I know it doesn't feel like it, but I swear it gets better. But that does not mean that you're not having a hard thing, going through a hard thing right now. Margarita said currently 57, high of 60, low of 32. I'm very jealous. Brenda said no snow. Okay. Ethereal said rub some lanolin into my distaff I use for drop spindle spinning. No snow here in the Canaries. It's nice and warm. Oh, Florida's in the house. Hello, Heather. Kathleen said, "I just finished spinning the spring roving you sent me. Love it. Now, what to do with 625 yards of DK? Have you tried the advanced search option on Ravelry yet? Because I love it. Because you can put in the, like the weight of your yarn and the amount that you can like narrow it down by amount, and it will literally tell you what you can do. It's so cool." Sarah said we didn't get snow here in the Shenandoah Valley, Virginia, just lots of rain. Terry said, "Hi all, happy new year. No snow in Oregon." Oh, Stacy, I'm sure that makes it worse. That would make it worse for me. Oh man. Whenever I used to say goodbye to my sister, we would cry, and that would make it worse, I think, for both of us. Hello, Martha. How's North Carolina today? Nicola or Nicola? Nicola, I'm going to go with Nicola. Western Colorado, no snow, but the mesa next to me got 17 inches in holy smokes the past 24 hours. Wow. Elizabeth said, "We did go to the beach. I was super windy." Yeah, it always is there. But my sister and her hubby were able to ooh and ah over the big water. Did you go out on the pier or was it closed? I think they might close it in winter now. Oh, no. What did you do when your car battery died? Was something wrong with your battery? It's pretty out there though, isn't it? Tracy said having the kids move on to adult life never gets better, but I have gotten used to it. And I like having a clean house. There's a few things that are good, but I did not see them at first. At first I was just boo-hoo. Kathleen said poking around there right now. Oh. Aw, Mary said, "Oh, Stacy, blue hugs." Hello, is it Adia? Rebecca, that is going to be a good one. Nicola. Got it. Thank you. That's very helpful, actually. Martha said, "North Carolina is cold and sunny. I finished my very first knitted..." What? Congratulations. That's an achievement for 2023. Ethereal said, "I'm always happy to have small balls of leftovers." Me too. I can make striped socks or a granny square round. Lots of uses, even for small amounts. Also good for repairing and mending. Yes. Yeah, I have a ridiculous amount of leftovers. Okay, Elizabeth said, "A very nice guy gave us a jump. The pier was closed, but lots of people were going out there anyway." Yeah, I don't think they used to close it, but I thought I heard that they might have closed it now. it gets very icy sometimes because, as I'm sure you either saw or can imagine, when the weather is wild, the lake is like crashing on that pier. Okay, a beer said it's 25 C here, so that's like 80, right? Fahrenheit? Can that be right? I almost want to convert it. Because I think you double it and add 30, and that's approximate. A beer I never did see if you got it fixed. Did I miss it? I can't go back now. Hello, Autumn. And Teen, I was thinking about you today. All right, we're going to start spinning, I swear. Danielle, so long time no see. Welcome back. Hope everyone is getting in some good crafting this weekend. Stacey. Well, I might have done it wrong. She said OMG math. All right, Ontario. Ontario and Florida in the house. This is the shortest leader ever. Okay, it's working better after cleaning and changing the... Oh, okay. So, did you take your bobbin out completely? It sounds like you might have if you cleaned it. Is it a new machine? Did you take your bobbin out completely? And did you check if it was wound, like, evenly? Because mine doesn't like it if I have the bobbin wound with, like, any type of loose loop anywhere. And I will get those weird extra stitches like you showed. And it will kind of like try to eat it and suck it into the, like down where the feed dogs are. I don't know what I'm doing still. See, Ontario in the house. Because they understand my accent. That's why Canada's here. I know I don't have a Canadian accent, but they know my accent. Hello, JD Salette. Happy Distaff Day. Are you who's spinning? Anybody? Teen said, "Yay for live while I chain ply my sunset singles." Did you post a picture of those? I feel like I saw them. Elizabeth, what? She said, then Monday I had 100 pounds of dog hurled into me during doggy playtime and it ended up with a hairline fracture in my foot, having a super good start to 2024. Does that mess you up at work, Elizabeth? What do you do? Also, I'm sorry about the clearing. I can't help it. Ethereal said it's 20C here, which is 68. So close. Yeah. Oh, dear me. I might have to put on a short sleeve shirt. Nah. Carrie's going to spin after lunch. Are you still working on the back, Carrie? Ethereal spinning. Martha was. Well, what can you do? Okay, Danielle is neighbors with Jan. I like it. Rebecca said, I'm waiting on a knitting kit from Estonia. Teen said, I thought I saw it. Yes, okay. Lisa said, not spinning, eating lunch. I had to, like, eat my lunch really fast. Julie said, me, I am spinning the yarn bee from Hobby Lobby. Cool. Tracy, what are you spinning? Did you already say? No. Jan, a nylon fleece. Excuse me, sir. Abir said it's a new sewing machine and okay, so you checked it. All right. I mean, that might work. At least it will tell you before, it eats up or does something weird to what you're working on. It'll tell you something's off. Mary said I was drop spinning Shetland this morning. Oh, no work. Andra said playing some support, spindle singles. Nana said I'm spinning bamboo. Look at you guys spinning. I love it. Hoping to finish it today. Okay, Carrie's going to finish that bat. Margarita said I'm making hanks into balls. Then I'm... All right. Okay, Elizabeth said I just tape it up and try to sit as much as I can during sessions. There are some things... Yeah, that's what I mean. Because, like, I would think you stand quite a bit during sessions anyway. Do you have like a boot? I'm so sorry. Hopefully this is just a holdover from 2023. A beer said I'm washing and carding the blue Tessel fleece. Excuse me. Cindy said good morning. This is hello. Welcome. First time ever being in the live. Always watch the later videos for over a year. I'm near Detroit. Oh my gosh. Okay. Knitting with my hand spun a cardigan. That sounds cool, Cindy. Well, I don't want to ask you exactly where you are, but is it snowing there? Elizabeth, he says hi. Desiree said, hi, knitting the Speltus shawl with 25 minis. Ooh. Oh, Tracy, that sounds really cool. Fox in the Forest. Every single time I dye it, I tell myself I'm going to keep one. And then I never do because I just think, well, it's okay. I'll do it next time. And I think that means I need to do some more because I'm out. But I have 16 of the gray base braids soaking right now, so hopefully I can get out there and get dye on those today. That's the goal. Lisa said I'm sitting in a safe area watching dear husband stain the new deck ceiling. Nice. Cool at 60, but the sun is out. I would just be happy to see the sun. I think that Carrie would probably back me up on this. In the past month, here on the lakeshore, I think we have maybe seen the snow or the sun 2 days, 2 parts of days. I would like some sunshine. I'm starting to feel like a mushroom. Oryx said, doing a Romney study and spinning Rambouillet by Green Goat Ranch. I love Rambouillet. Mary said, Cindy Surratt, me too. I'm usually already at work on live days. See, isn't this nice? Doing something a little special. Jan said my niece lives near the port, Danielle. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ethereal said, Cindy, hey, I lived in Michigan for 30 years. Carrie, have you spun that one? You mean Fox in the Forest? Oh boy. Okay, Cindy said it's snowing there. Okay, 40 years. 30, 40, whatever. Yeah, Carrie said it has been so gray. It's been so gray. We had sun, I think last weekend, just a little bit. And Louie and I went for a walk immediately. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. I think I got it by him. Jan said we're on Lake Huron. No, yeah, same. Lisa said we've had a lot of cool cloudy days, so nice to see the sun. Abir said this might be a tip for anyone washing fleece. I'm using a cat litter box with a sifter. Oh, good idea. I don't need to handle the wool. Just dip it in one tub and lift, then put the whole thing out. That is such a good idea. Nope, ethereal. I don't blame you. She said, I do not miss the horrid cold and snow in Michigan. Elizabeth said, no boots. It's fine, though. The same thing happened 8 years ago, and it was fine. Not to start a big debate, but I use homeopathy, and it heals much faster. About 3... No, we're not going to start a big debate. It's your body, and you can do whatever you want for treatment, period. About 3 weeks versus the traditional 6 to 8 weeks without it. So Crazy said, what sun? It disappeared 2 days ago with the nasty fluffy stuff and has not been seen since. Dead white gray skies, which is why we spin pretty things, yes. And I'm thinking we made it a long time without snow. I mean, we had some on Halloween, but... Martha, we're glad you're here. She said, I don't make many lives due to being with my mom today is a treat. It's a treat to have you. Carrie said, yes, Fox in the Forest. I haven't spun it. I've almost bought it 3 times. That is one that every single time I dye it, it's like gone. Fast. Autumn said, typical Seattle weather here, overcast with drizzle, so you're not getting any sun either. Can I just say, before I start spinning, look at this leader. This is unacceptable. How am I supposed to start with that? Sarah said I've been working on my Stitch Buster blanket for my daughter, weaving small sections. Oh, that sounds cool. So will you talk to me, Sarah? How are you going to put these together? I have a lot of questions because I think about it a lot and turn it over in my head. And I'd love to hear what you're going to do. Just because like I've never really come to a conclusion of what makes the most sense in my brain, so I think it over and over because that's how I do things. Oh gosh. Okay, Jan said just finished spray foaming job. Wait, what are you spray foaming? We got to start spinning. Okay, maybe I can't. Hang on. There we go. And I had it on plying. Okay. Elizabeth S. said that's why I still haven't taken down the Christmas lights. So gray. It's awful. Okay, Elizabeth Ernest said I bought some of the Fox in the Forest. Haven't spun it yet because it's too pretty. Oh. And it hasn't told me what it wants to be yet. Carrie said it's not the size, it's how you use it, but I did. That's so funny. Teen said, wait, everyone's... I don't know. I don't usually like them that short. Oh, you guys are so funny. Glenn is like all greens, right? Oh, Glenn. Glenn is gray, green, and orange on the white neppy, or not neppy. It's got silk slub in it, right? I had that out yesterday, and I wasn't sure if I was going to start it. Hello, Nyla. Happy Distaff Day. How are you? What's going on? What is the noise happening? I'm going to pretend it's not happening. Sapphire said, here from Winnipeg, already did my spin and working old whip. What is the whip? Jan said spray foaming a room in a barn, started yesterday and finished up this morning. How was that? I'm very curious. Tracy, that would be awesome. But am I remembering right that Glenn was like orange, gray, and green on that stuff with the silk waist in it? I don't remember what it's called. Silk neps? Whatever. Silk tweed? I'm just going to keep saying words. Just finish your coffee, Trish. It's fine. It is. Canada is here. The maple leaves are here. I didn't need any syrup in my coffee. Nyla said went to Orlando Distaff Day yesterday. Very nice event. Ooh, bought trinkets. Now yarn or fiber at... Oh, no yarn. Wow, Nyla. I would like to point out that I'm a week into 2024 and I've bought no yarn or fiber yet. Has anyone beat me? By buying it already, I mean? Besides Nyla? Well, Nyla didn't. JD Solette said spun my brain. Some spun. Take two. Spun some this morning also. And now I'm casting on a sweater with yarn I dyed yesterday. What's the sweater? I need to know. Oh, blue. I didn't remember the blue, but okay. Sarah's still debating. Ideas are binding edges together and sewing binding together. That's a good idea. You know what, Carrie? I saw that. I mean, I did not see that you bought it. I saw a shop update. It's all right. It's not a contest. You beat me. If it was, you won. Because you were first. Oh, Calliope. Okay. Okay, Martha's in my club. Abir said I was about to order some today, but I stopped myself. Oh, Elizabeth, do you realize that I have spun a sample of that and that's it? I saved myself the sad last little pound. She said, I've been spinning your Ice Queen this week. I'm on my last bobbins for 8 ounces, and there's so much sparkle in that. I know. That my son's girlfriend is practically drooling over it already. That's so sweet. I've been debating getting it again. I might. Margarita said I've not bought any, but I did find a bunch of yarn that I had forgotten about. That's like Christmas. JD Slap bought a 20 pack of bear yarn. That doesn't count. Are you going to dye it? It doesn't count. If it's bear and you're going to dye it, it's not. These are the rules. I don't make the rules. Jan ordered 5 pounds. I love it. Rebecca said I haven't spent anything in over a year. Been busy taking care of my parents. I only have mom left. Oh, Rebecca, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry about your dad. Elizabeth said haven't purchased anything yet. It's been super hard to resist. It's going to happen soon, though. What are you going to do? Yeah. I'm not really trying to resist. I had to buy a like a piece of a tool. You guys will see it in a video, so I don't want to give it away. But so I'll be off yarn and fiber for a minute. So Crazy said I'm sharing and I have a fiber problem. My last purchase was January 1st. What? It was a great sale and they were beautiful. There you go. Autumn got January Fiber Club. Oh, are we counting that? Uh-oh. She said, I'm trying to stick to only that purchase till I get my stash down a bit. Mary said I haven't bought any yarn, but I did get 4 1-ounce bats of Shetland. Came in the post yesterday. From where, Mary? Oh, Horde, hello. Elizabeth said I'm determined to use stash this year. Spinning Polworth. I picked up at the Ann Arbor Fiber Expo. You didn't, wait a minute. This last one? I should have gone. We seriously considered it. I think it was bad weather that day. Tracy said my husband was offering to take me to a knitting store as an excuse to take a car out, but then I got my alert for our chat. Tracy, I love that. You were like, no, sorry. I'm busy. It's Distaff day. Yeah, Mary said, Rebecca, big hugs. That is a lot. And you know, being a caregiver is like nothing else. Like nobody can understand. And I cannot imagine for 2 people. Abir said I didn't order yarn, but I did organize my stash. Well, that sounds like a very responsible thing to do. Of course, I didn't do it. Teresa said I'm concentrating on reducing stash this year. I am not saying no purchases, just more thoughtful purchases. I can see that. And I think for me, it is my stash that's holding me back right now because I feel a little bit like I'm going to be crushed. So, yeah, it is keeping me from purchasing right now, but I'm like, I've got to spend more than I acquire or it's never going to get better. JD Slette said, no, not going to diet. It's a twig. Cool. Post pictures, would you please? That's right, Sarah, that does not count. Agree. We all agree on that, right? If it's a gift card, it does not count. Martha said, I have a question about my sweater. Of course. Please ask. If we can help, we will. Elizabeth says, I vote that Fiber Club doesn't count. Well, because I forgot. And I did turn off Into the World like in October or November. So I feel like basically it's a lot of virtue over here. Elizabeth said it was October. It's Michigan. Of course, the weather was bad. Do we have any other kind? In October, once in a while, we'll have a beautiful day. It's not a lot, though. But in October, when you have that day where it's almost 70, the leaves are already falling, the sun's coming through the trees, pardon me, it's like a gift. Lisa said, I don't plan to purchase any fiber at this time, but I do have Freckled Whimsy Sock Club. I don't know that one. Lisa. Oh, that sounds fun though, Sarah. You deserve that right now. That doesn't count either. You get to do anything you want for this year. Dispensation. I'm sorry if anybody took that wrong. I did not mean anything. Abir said, don't worry, I'm sure I was just making space for more. I want to add to my breed study. Teresa said, yes, my stash is way out of control. Mine too. Me too, Carrie. Basically, I just want to spend more than I acquire. Susan said our Fibre Guild held a Distaff Day. It was awesome to trade and share from our own stash. That sounds fun. Stacy said just finished a great book, The Yarn Whisperer. I'm going to look that one up. I don't think I've read that one. Have I? Tracy said I don't worry about my stash. I figure at some point I will have more free time and I will need that stash. I maintain that I am investing in my retirement. I do think of it that way, Tracy. And I also think, like, just like you're saying, someday I'll have more time. But, like, when is that? Doesn't seem real sometimes. Sarah said I have prevented myself from purchasing because my stash, big part of the reason for this blanket. That's smart. The blanket is going to use up a lot. Elizabeth said Fibre Club is a recurring budgeted expense, so to me it's not the same as choosing to shop right. And hello. She said my stash has gotten to the overwhelming point between fiber and yarn, but really I don't have a yarn stash. Everything is a planned project. I so admire that. Just a fiber stash, and it's grown exponentially in 2023. I know, Margarita, but it's different here. You know that because you've been here. Martha said the pattern mentioned ease figured in. My friend told me I needed to put in ease so it's a bit roomy. Should I frog the body and make it a bit smaller? Has your friend already made the pattern? That exact pattern? Carol said I spun so much last I thought I should get round to knitting it all. Is that what we're doing? Uh-oh. So crazy. This is so me. Have you ever tried to donate some of your stash, but then you sit down, sort it, and keep putting them in the but I need it pile? I do. And I do that because so often in the past, like 5 years, if I'm making a bat, I will like dive into that tub that I have of like odds and ends, things I didn't spin, whatever, and use things that I thought I was never going to spin. Do you know what I mean? And so now I'm afraid. Teresa, you're fine. No. We're here till 3. We're staying till 3. Jennifer Nicole said I'm new to the fiber arts and already have an overwhelming stash. Then you are in the right place. Welcome. Sarah said I believe all the fiber yarn I have in my house helps with insulation. So it's like an investment. Hello, Regula. Abir said good night. Love to everyone. Good night, Abir. Autumn said Martha checked to see what the finished measurement size is. They should tell you if ease was figured into the pattern sizing. She said they did say that they figured ease in. I personally, if they tell you we have figured in this much ease, I would go with that unless I don't think it's enough. Because I kind of know how much I like for things to fit certain ways. And like if you have a sweater that fits a certain way that you like and you want it to fit similarly, you can use that as a guide. Margarita said I want to buy a house up north and live there in the summer and then live here in the winter. Agree. That is ideal. 100%. Same. Only opposite. Martha said, no, this pattern is on Ravelry. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I already read that one. Ann said, tell us about your gossip wheel. Have you been able to spin on it? I haven't even touched it. I'm sorry. I really want to grab it and film getting it to spin, and I have not even touched it because I literally just started feeling good enough to be serious probably last weekend. But I will soon, and I will film it so you'll get to see it. But I will say there's wool on both bobbins. So I don't think that there's anything like concerning that I won't be able to spin. I think really I just need to like oil it all, probably clean some old stuff off, you know, because like old oil, if it doesn't get touched, can get like dust stuck to it and get all goopy, so I think it's going to be fine. Anne said, "Hey, a beer. Did you get your?" I think she left, Anne, but I did think of you. I figured you would help. Martha said, "I did a swatch and was spot on. I just went up to a larger size." I mean, if you are on Gauge and it tells you that it's got ease figured in, I would go with it, but that's me. Thank you, Carrie. And that's not the plan. Can you even imagine? Yes, it would have to be a long draw, and I'm told that people did it. Oh, Maverick, they're talking about me spinning long draw with both hands on a gossip wheel. I don't think that's really not the plan, guys. I just couldn't pass it up. I think it was, I can't remember now. I'd have to go back and look. I can't remember if it was 145 or 175, but at that price, I literally could not say no to it. I couldn't leave it there. And thank goodness I didn't, because I didn't get the wheel that I wanted. Okay, Sapphire said the Roost Pullover by Amy Christopher using my hand-dyed yarn on Sleeve Island. Let me write that one down. Liberace in the house. Okay, Roost Pullover. Wait, we need to... Ugh. I'll look it up. Elizabeth said, "And I agree. I imagine it." Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? Maybe I will. Who knows? Ethereal said, "Never forget you need extra for swatching, for deciding on the potential ideas for using different stitches or hook size and even possibly larger size yarn." Hello, Jerry. How is Jerry doing? How are the kids doing? Martha said, "Thanks. I plan to make another one this year." Cool. Mary said, "How much bigger is the next size? Are you okay?" These are good questions. This is why we're asking, right? Mary said, "How much bigger is the next size? Are you okay with that much more ease? And how much would you have to frog?" Those would be that's very good questions. Anne said, "What wheel did you want?" "I really want a Mazurka, but they are very scarce." So I think in the video I showed it, but maybe I didn't. There was an Irish wheel there. It was really old though, and it was like the treadle was partially gone. But I really wanted it because you don't see them very often, and I kind of had a number in my head, and they got down to that number and then said that was like the reserve. And so I balked, and I wish I hadn't. I think I said this too, but maybe not. So afterwards, I went to the table, where you like turn in your number and you pay for the original wheel. And I was like, "Hey, what was the reserve on that wheel? Because I will buy it for the reserve price if it's fill in the blank." I think it was 300, or I don't remember. Which is, for a wheel, especially a really cool one, it's a lot. It's not a lot of money for, what I'm saying. It's a lot of money, but for a wheel, it's not really. So anyway, no one could tell me. Only the auctioneer knew, and he was busy. So they would not tell me, and I couldn't get it, but I would have. Ethereal said, "What if you might need repairs and mending?" Right? What if you want some extra for another project, even small ones? I double what I think I need almost always. I almost always add like one or two full hanks. But that's more because if I'm knitting sweaters for me or John, we are both tall, and I'll end up adding length to like the body of a sweater so that it's not, a crop top. see John in a crop top. And so his sleeves are long enough, so I just got in the habit of making sure I had extra. Ethereal said it will always be useful because I store it carefully. Carrie said film, yes. Now you're talking. Film yourself spinning with both hands, but in slow motion with the Avengers theme playing. Or like Chariots of Fire. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I'm not going to be able to do that, but I'll try. Margarita said he's great. Ethan went back to college yesterday. Megan is 15 and only comes out of her room for food. And when she wants something, I remember that. Not Megan. I mean, I remember that. You know what I mean. Elsbeth, hello. Happy 2024. How are you doing? Are you back to work? Are you knitting? Are you spinning? Tell us everything. Mary said I like longer sweaters too. Like on that the Berlin Soft, the cable one that I just blocked. I think I bought 2 or 3 extras because I thought it was probably going to take a lot of extra yarn to make the length. But I have enough for a hat and I might use it. Martha said, Mary, I went from XL to 2XL is roomy but doesn't swallow me, so I may just leave it as is. I will post a pic on Facebook. Okay, good idea. Oh, Elsbeth. Is that good or bad, though? Because maybe that's how you want it. Anne said, I understand the desire for a special wheel. I did that with wanting a Betty Roberts. Now I have one, and it's not easy to spin on, but it's a beautiful work of art. You know, I think I kind of felt that way. Like, even if I can't spin on this wheel, it is a little bit more expensive for something that's just going to sit there and look pretty. But this is what I do, you know? So it's means a little bit more to me as a piece of art. That was such a justification and not all even true. Mary Beth Clark said, hello, welcome, new to the live, knitting from New Mexico. Welcome. Another Clark. Regula said, I have a 14-year-old girl that's the same, talks only if she wants something, otherwise just grunts or silence. Oh, no, okay. I'm sorry. Soon? Is there something soon? Is it approved yet? Ethereal said, I like tunic lengths, so it's automatically needing more. I wear sweaters with tights a lot. Oh, that's nice. Oh, and matching socks is fun for you. You know, and plus you buy yarns. I buy yarns for myself that I think are going to be good colors on me. So then I think, well, what if I do make myself a hat? What's the big deal? Or a scarf? I need to look at this. Oh. What'd I do? Okay. Elizabeth said contract is approved, but productions are just starting up this week after Christmas break. Slow to start up here, might get work by April. Yes, gifts. Yeah, true. There we go. I don't know what I did. I think my power got pushed out a little. Elizabeth said my stash is getting a workout, staying creatively happy. Well, that's probably a really good thing. Sometimes we see something recently, because don't you do continuity, Elsbeth? Isn't that your gig? That's industry lingo, right? I just cracked myself up. No coughing. Sapphire said, my rule this year is finish all outstanding whips, however, has not stopped me from buying fleece, roving, or a good yarn deal. If you don't start it, it's not a whip. Teresa said I'm spinning my November Fibre Club, not Paradise, but I'm behind. Didn't spin September or October or December. Teresa, what's the club? Anne said, what's John up to today? My husband is in his happy place in the kitchen baking. John's business, because he has a little side design business, has picked up a job and he is upstairs working. It's good news. It's great. Awesome for him. Well, Elsbeth, we just talked about it because we were watching, oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but it was like one of those, a Mighty Wind. What do they call those when it's a company that works together, a bunch of, not a company of actors, I mean, that works together over and over again? Oh my gosh, whatever. Anyway, it's a cooking thing. It's a cooking competition, and there was a continuity mistake, and I was like, Elsbeth would have caught that. Ethereal said, Elsbeth, creativity is self-love. That is so true, and it's probably so needed right now. Jules said, Happy New Year. Hope everyone is good. Have a teen at college and 2 preteens, and yes, agreed, they only come out for food. Regula said, I haven't had so many projects on the go at the same time in a long while. A strange brew sweater for me, a scarf for a friend, a big blanket, and a teeny tiny cardigan. Oh my gosh, I love tiny ones. The cardigan is for a friend's baby, and I so hope it stays inside till it's too big for the... Oh, it doesn't stay. It does. Too big for the cardi. I'm kidding. Okay, Elizabeth, I will do that. If you don't start it, it's not a whip yet. There is a Valentine shirt coming this week. Teresa said it's Allison Barnes yarn. She's great. You pick BFL or merino and you get 8 ounces of comb top hand dyed by her. I love it. I might have to check that out. Stacy said, why am I saying that? Why? This is why my stash is a problem. Stacy Blue said, I'm plying the last of my Paradise Fibre cottage core, going to knit the gradient shawl. Talk about being behind. It all works out. It does. And again, investment in your retirement. Ethereal said, is anyone else like me giggling at seeing the cup switching from blue to silver? I missed it. The cup switching. It's like a core. Thank you. It's like a core. But I'm thinking of Best in Show, A Mighty Wind. That's the same group of actors and they work together over and over again. I cannot think of what that's called. My brain. Mr. Tom, hello. Trying to finish a rug on my loom to get it free for summer and winter class. Ooh. Where? I need to pick some colors for my project. Where are you taking the class? Mary said I will be making a tiny cardi for the new granddaughter. Elsbeth said, or in defense of my profession, we saw the error, mentioned there would be an error, were ignored by the male powers that be, so we made a note to the editors and I mean, that could be Elsbeth because it was just a name tag, but I was like, hey. Carrie said, 2 of my 3 kids took me to dinner the other night with Dan. They are over 20 now, and they said, yeah, teenagers are just awful. Rebecca said, I just checked the mail and no knitting kit. Uh-oh. I hope it didn't get lost, too. Regula said, my friend is only 28 weeks pregnant. Oh, I see. Hoping the baby... Yes. Yes. Fingers crossed. There's no reason to think anything else, right? Elsbeth said, Mike Flanagan does the same thing with his Hill House, Midnight Mass, House of Usher. You mean using the same actors and actresses or making continuity mistakes? Kathy said, I made it to Alive. Welcome, Kathy. Yeah, I've been spinning up some Paradise Fibre, the Space Tide month. I love how it's spinning up. I did not really know if I was going to like that, but I did end up loving it. Jules said projects this year is making self-striping yarn. Wow, 4 yesterday, and looking forward to making lots of socks this year. My year of socks got 4 in the making now. A troop, ensemble. Thank you. Sometimes when I'm reading all this, it is so hard for me to think of words. Ensemble is the one I was thinking of, although troop works too. Mary Beth Clark said, haha, investment in retirement. I have done that. I am now reaping the benefits. Oh, okay, via Zoom. That is going to be awesome, Mr. Tom. Eileen, hello. Happy Distaff Day. I started early. We're here till 3, though. I wanted to do extra for today because, we're celebrating going back to the housework. Like, really? Was that a real thing? Mary said, bye, everyone. Bye, Mary. Ethereal said, Regula, a tiny hat and little mitts so the baby doesn't scratch their face. Also, a baby blanket is always good and is made with love and hope. Oh, yeah, you got to put your love in it. No curse words. Not for the baby stuff. Hello, Ghislaine. How are you? Oh, I did not finish Midnight Mass, I'm embarrassed to say. You're close, Kathy. It was ensemble was the word I was trying to think of. That movie was so funny. I cannot remember the name. I'll put it in the Facebook group. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see Genie yet on Peacock? Speaking of this, it's totally unrelated, but my brain, hilarious. It's so good. Regulus, I can't. My oldest will be 20 on the 9th. My twins are 18 since December, so I know this will pass, but at the moment it's just blech. Yeah. We used to joke about, especially our daughter never coming out of her room. Eileen said, haha, I'm so glad we can finally get back to housework. Like, how could they possibly have taken 12 days off without housework? They had to have been working their buns off. Rebecca said, I'm thinking about ordering the Nano 2 this year. Carrie said they were probably celebrating going back to the housework because everyone went feral during the holidays. Yes. And also, were they actually celebrating the kids going back to school? I know they didn't probably even attend school, but still. Teresa said, for this fiber, I'm splitting the brown from the blue and blending the brown with brown alpaca and spinning the blue brown as well on its own. The blue I will blend. Wow. Elaine said, good. Getting over a cold, but weaving up a storm of tea towels. No, it's not the Breakfast Club. It had Wendy. We looked her up. Oh my gosh, I can't think of any of the names right now. And I'm usually good with this. I bet John's upstairs looking up the name of the movie. Kathy said, hubby and I just had date night for my birthday. Oh, and went and saw Wonka. So cute. Oh, Jan, I missed it. I have 3 of the 13 blankets. Oh my gosh, wow. Woven for our grandkids, made with love and swear words. It's okay if they're older. Elizabeth said, it's interesting how our perspective about these things we love to do. My grandma viewed them. Yes. And wouldn't do them on Sundays while we look forward to doing them. Yeah. Actually, we kind of touched on that today. I had posted the same video, the short on TikTok, and Carrie commented. And I was thinking, like, I'm just so glad we can treat this like art. I didn't say that word for word. We can treat it like art instead of like art. My kids will freeze without socks, you know? So crazy, said the lady of the house. Yes, took the holiday the servants carried on. But, I mean, if you had servants, how hard did you really work? Come on. Right, Elizabeth said Sundays because we do them for fun. Yeah, aren't we lucky that we don't have to do that? Elizabeth said, Teresa, sounds like you need a flow chart to track that. It does. Margarita said, I never... Because you're a teacher. Tracy said, yes, I think they were celebrating everyone else getting out of the house. Eileen said, I think they did all the housework, but so much time they had. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, if you were like the kind of house where you were doing your own spinning to keep socks on your children, you probably had to do all your own cooking. So, and it was the holidays and they like celebrated every day for 12 days. So there was probably a ton of work to do ahead of time too. So, hello Michelle. How are you? I stopped spinning. So, Michelle, you guys don't know Michelle really, but Michelle got her first wheel this week and sat down and started spinning like a regular prodigy. Regula said, I remember my mother telling me about a woman telling her off for knitting on a Sunday. For the older woman, it was work, and for my mom, it was free time. Same for me. That's how I feel too. It's just fun. And like cooking, I cook on Sundays a lot because I actually kind of like it. Michelle said, how was your Sunday? It's great. How's yours? Are you having fun? Really, Margarita? Margarita, are you middle school teacher? I can't remember. What grade you teach? Okay, this is good for the group. Kathy said, speaking of socks, I want to make some socks. My knit skills are meh. I crochet. Any advice? Okay. Do you want to crochet them? Because there are plenty of crochet sock patterns out there. And that would give you some like construction information, but it's pretty like basic knitting skills to knit socks too if you knit plain ones. Michelle said, I want to be spinning now, but I'm making the scarf. How many rows are you down to? Margarita said, oh, 7th and 8th grade Spanish. That is such a hard age. Really. I mean, I feel like that was probably as bratty as I ever got. Regula said, knitting is for unwinding my brain after work. Without it, I would be all tangled up. Then you need it. Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, you are really? um, yeah, that's a good suggestion. See, Maribeth said, check Ravelry. So you can sort by how challenging the pattern is too. Or not sort, you can search by that. And if you use the advanced search option, so that might be a really good way to find something in the level that you want. And hello, Kai. How are you? What are you spinning? Talk to me. And hello, Evie. Is it a snow day there? Evie, do you work at Lowe's? I can't remember. It's Lowe's, right? Not Home Depot. I'm sure it's Lowe's. Never mind. Ignore me. Are you working today? Could you please mail me a gallon of ceiling paint? American Tunis. Margarita said, who wants to hire an old Spanish teacher? Hey, have you done any of that teaching online? Because I am Facebook friends with a guy who, I don't know what subject he taught, but I'm pretty sure it was middle school. And he did that, like, he moonlit. Does that sound weird? Moonlighted is definitely not right. He did some moonlighting with that thing where you teach kids overseas and made like a ton of money. Elizabeth said, periodically when my body gives out, it reminds me that I have an expiration date for this career, so I really need a backup plan, even though I love what I do. That makes me sad that you say that, Elizabeth. There are multiple ladies massaging here that are quite a bit older than you. In town, I mean. Anne said, I highly recommend the Crazy Lady Vanilla sock pattern. She has great tutorials. Oh, that's a good idea. And has instructions for DPN's magic loop and 9-inch circulars. She breaks the sock construction down so you can understand. That is genius with the tutorials. Jan said, I made socks using one of those sock looms. I don't like to knit but love the look. That's a good idea. Thank you, Carrie. Yes. If you use one of those Tyvek envelopes, it should be fine. Are you really, Kai? I don't even have one. Elizabeth said ceiling paint. Have you decided on what to tackle first? I mean, I have our ceiling in our living room half painted. So I need to finish that. But I have many projects. The best way I work is to go through the house and make a list, and then I can pick what I'm going to work on next and then gather supplies for the thing after that at the same time. That's my best method, but I haven't made a list yet. But I have a lot I need to work on. So Crazy said, back in the day, I learned to knit by doing dishcloths. Useful, even if wrong stitches. Right, they'll still wash you. Perfect. Teresa said, we're bracing our... No. We're bracing ourselves for -40 coming up. We had to move our chickens, bring them in the house. We had to move our chickens together so they can be warm, but they don't get along. Chicken drama is real. Just bring them in. Anne said, I have a friend who teaches ESL. Is that English Sign Language? Online, has for years, lets him travel and live different places. Oh, Evie said Lowe's is the place not to be in today. I sick with COVID. No, are you okay? Gary said I get a massage from Betty White any day. Oh, okay. Margarita, but I think this is set up for that. Yeah, I think that's a really smart idea. Picking one that you get the tutorials with. That's super smart. Michelle said, I love BFL for beginners. That's what yes, that's one of my 3 that I recommend. Romney, BFL, and Corriedale are the ones I always, there's other ones that are good too. That's not the only good ones. Those are just the ones that I pick. Elizabeth said, I know several that have been doing it for decades, but I have a lot of lingering issues from a car accident. I remember that in the 90s. Okay. All right. Who's going to hire Elizabeth? Jennifer said, I'm just learning to knit and I'm diving in head first with a knit along. Woo, Jennifer. I like it. Oh, English, of course. Thank you. Hello, Terry. Andrew said, Evie, hope you feel better soon. I just got over it myself. Regula said, I learned to knit socks when I was 14 years old. Had a concussion. Perfect spelling, thank you. And wasn't allowed to read, so it was just lying in bed boring. I had a book. Oh my gosh, Swiss school book for different kinds of crafting. So you taught yourself with a book when you were 14. Hello, Rocks. Happy New Year. Happy St. Distaff Day. St. Rock Day. All of it. Yes, thank you, Kai. English second language for people who needed to learn. Yes. Don't they have it in schools sometimes, though, too? Jewel said, careful about learning to knit socks. Very addictive. Once you start, you never go back. ASL, that's it. Thank you, Regula. Yes. That's how I got messed up. Oric said English as a... Yes. Michelle said, hi, Roxanne. Michelle, do you watch Rox's videos? Okay, wait. I have to look again. That's right. Once you knit, you don't quit. Boy, that is so true. Once you start collecting fiber, you have to freeze your credit card in a block of ice. It doesn't rhyme, but it's accurate. Crystal, second sock syndrome. I've cured mine. I lost the sock I was working on. Stop. You didn't. It'll turn up. I've only lost one sock for real. I think I lost it at the drive-in. We got out to get snacks and I think I dropped it. Michelle said, I currently have 3 projects going on: this scarf, a pair of socks, and my knit along. Yes, what is it called again? It's a duster, right? Kathy said, hi, I love you guys. I just finished my last garment web, 4 sweaters. Woo! Been listening to past videos. Does it help, Kathy? That would be the most lovely thing in the world if that helped you. Regula said, I'm a sign language interpreter, but for DSGS. When I was a kid, my mom taught Sunday school in sign language, and I used to go a lot. So I learned the alphabet. That's about it. And that's ASL. Elizabeth said, I know someone here who taught ESL remotely for a school in Japan. Lisa, hello, Lisa. I haven't seen you in a while. I've given up learning to knit. Does anyone know of a good crochet sock pattern that feels good on your feet? Um, I don't. I have done them for babies, but that's it. But I bet someone will. Martha said, busy in my kitchen and heard BSL and ASL. Oh, what? How do we have so many sign language interpreters in here? Oh. Evie said I have the worst headache ever. Did you just get COVID? Because mine came with a headache in the beginning every time. She said I signed up for the New York Knitting Vogue show, taking a class for the Cocoa Knit method. And Michelle said, yes, Rox is to me what you are to Xander. I think I love her so much. Here she is. And she was one of the main people that got me into, oh my gosh. Thank you, Falling Waters. I couldn't remember the name of the beginning. That's really sweet. Rox said, I'm amazed at how many commercial socks I have lost in my lifetime, but never a hand knit one. I just lost that one, and I lost the entire ball of yarn, and I had dyed it, and I loved it. And I don't think I could recreate it because it was kind of an accident. Crystal said, I'm not worried. I believe I know about where it is with the along with the mitten. Regula said, hi, Martha. Nice to meet you. And that's so cool. No way. Oryx said, a friend of mine never gets second sock syndrome. She only knits one sock and wears mismatched socks. We were talking about that somewhere. 2024, the year of the single sock. Stacy said someone at the drive-in probably wondered if the drive-in is where the socks from the dryer escaped to. It was like this much sock and the whole ball of yarn and needles. Elizabeth said, my sister is an ASL interpreter. That's nuts that we have so many. Alice, I have something to show you. Maybe this will cure you, but maybe it won't. Are you ready? You can't really see it in the light. I felt kind of bad. Carrie said, I just got ready to ply my yarn, turned around and saw another entire chunk of bat I haven't spun. No way, Julie. What? Julie's an interpreter too. Michelle said, I got a Vogue knitting book for Christmas. I think I'm going to make a TikTok series on all the different stitches. That's a good idea. Guys, Carrie, I've not done that too much, but he said, Carrie, I hate when I do that. Oh, Rock said, Michelle, glad to hear I'm responsible for helping you fall in love with knitting. I love that. That's so cool. Emily said, hi, all happy to be here. Had a great dye session yesterday. Oh, now to dry, skein, and label. Oh, you were excited. Good. That's the yarn. The, Alice, you know what? If you really want to buy this, I will sell it to you. Because I love you. I have to film it first. Martha said, wow, I'm in Gastonia. Maybe we know each other. That'd be crazy. Alice, I called Tim. You're so funny. Elizabeth, that's the Northern Lights yarn. I'm going to film it, you know, we're going to give it a beauty session, a little glamour shots. Regula said it's really crazy there. That is so crazy. Although I know in Switzerland, many of us are knitters to unwind their brain. Is anyone else going to the Vogue show? Oh, bless you. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Michelle said, Rox, yes, I love your channel. Been following for years. It's nice to meet you. That's so sweet. Lisa, I'm so glad to see you. How are you? How's work? Yes, Kathy. Hello, Shaylee. Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, Alice, we'll talk. Kathy said, my sister's entire family is ASL fluent. I tried to learn several times, but it didn't stick. I think I probably could still do the alphabet, but that is it. And like when someone spells to me, they have to go slow. Thank you, Margarita. Michelle said, "Oh, that Northern Lights turned out so nice." I love it. But I have a limited amount of space that I allow myself for handspun. And I am outgrowing it. So I've been thinking about listing handspun on in my shop, and I think I'm just going to do it just to free up space. I'm sorry. It's the last of that cold. Craft Design said, does anyone have tips for putting a new double drive band on a wheel? I have some tips. How far along are you? Have you done any of it? Elizabeth said, Martha, she's out of Morganton. I don't think she makes it to the middle of the state, often just occasionally. Alice said, Martha, my mom is in West Charlotte, was just up there. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, I think I can too, Elizabeth. I think I know the whole alphabet. Sometimes when I try, I get tripped up somewhere. Oh, gosh. So cute. Martha said, Alice, yes. Lisa said, so looking for... Are you off or... Lisa, what's going on? You're still working though, right? Yeah, I think I better do it. Lisa said, how is everyone's weather? Just wild and windy here. We're getting some snow, but just a little. It's not enough to mess things up, you know. Crystal said, knitting button bands, separate uses, way more... Oh, uses way more yarn than I expected. Uh-oh. You're not going to run out, are you? Carrie said I might have to start doing that too. I just like spinning different things, don't have plans for it, and it's overflowing. I just feel like it's too... I've never wanted to sell handspun before, but like I said, everything in here is just starting to crush me. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. Uh-oh. It is so good to see you, Lisa. And I really appreciated you offering to do another swap. I need to send you something to thank you, and I'm going to. When you sent me something, I saved the label so I would have your address forever. So I could send you stuff secretly. Because I appreciate you running those so much. I know they are work. Craft Design said it's cut and tied, and it was too long, so when I tried to shorten it, it fell off the wheel. Okay, I do have some tips on this. Let me get caught up. Alice said it's high 60s, and I'm sweating because I'm crocheting a sweater from blanket yarn. Oh shoot, I lost some. Okay. 10% of total yarn for the sweater. What? Lisa said Trish squishy fiber can't crush. Okay. Kathy said I put a double knit button band on a cardigan for the first time last week. Love the result, but it takes forever to do. I bet that would be nice. Nice and like not so thin. Not super thick either though, probably, huh? Alice said, haha, Lisa, I'm over skulls, but thank you. Aaron said, Lisa, there are too many sheep to choose from. Michelle said, is it bad? No. It's not bad, Michelle. A lot of people like to wash it immediately or soak it, so that's why they hank it. But you don't have to do that. It's totally up to you. There's no right or wrong. Jan said, make a blanket, double weave. That will use up some of your stash big time. Lisa is the best, and I really appreciate her doing all that. That's what I meant. Yes, she... Oh, I'll pin it, Lisa. I'll go in there and pin it to the top of the group. Carrie said I made that Oops All the Greens night shift and still have more than 2 wash tubs full of green. This is why I like you, Carrie. You're my people. Crystal said, holy cow, I didn't realize that about the button bands. Yeah, you know that sweater I made John with the shawl collar? That button band and collar took so much yarn. It was like forever. Craft Design said, I think now it's too short. Kathy said, I frequently gift hand spun. That's a good idea. Crystal said, I'm knitting the button band to avoid knitting. Sorry, sleeve number 4. Michelle said, or sorry, Lisa said, Michelle, the washing thwacking helps finish off the yarn beautifully, not just a wash. Mwah. Okay, tips. Do you have your old band? Because what I like to do is hold the old band against the new band and mark both ends with a Sharpie. That'll tell you exactly where to tie your knot. Cut it longer than the old band, but mark exactly where the old knot was. And then do, I think it's a weaver's knot, right? Rox got this right last time when we talked about it. I think it's a weaver's knot. And it goes like this. Because it'll pull against itself and just get tighter and tighter. It can't untie, and it's a tiny little knot. And you don't really need much for ends because, again, it just tightens itself. Do it right on the mark that you made, and that will help. Is that the question, or do you need questions about actually getting it on the grooves? Okay, Martha, bye. Thanks. It was so nice to see you. Mary Beth said 54 degrees with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Oh my gosh. Overnight chance of snow. This is the desert. Thank you. Ethereal said fisherman's knot. Technically, it is 2 knots. And you tie one with, it's just an overhand knot with the other end sticking through it. And then you tie the end that you stuck through in an overhand knot over this part. That's why I go like this. And it's so good. I use that knot all the time. Lisa said, hey, Mary Beth, 50 miles per hour gusts, kind of normal here, but we are only a tree desert. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. A square knot will come undone? I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever tried it. Okay, getting it to stay in the groove. So probably we all have a way that we do that, but I like to, I don't know what kind of wheel you have, but I like to hold it as low as I can, but kind of tightly, like get the tension kind of tight, not too tight. And then if you keep like holding it underneath, oh yeah, you don't want to get underneath. I hold it as far as I can on both sides, and then I like scooch it around. This is old. Is this the one? Magnus Drudick. Oh, I probably pronounced it wrong, but I know what you're talking about. Anne said a square that is wrapped twice will stay tight, but wouldn't it be kind of a chunkier knot then? So this is Persian Dreams. Lou is using it, and he doesn't seem to love that. Okay, come here, little baby. Oh, did you see that? Oh, he's moaning too. Ooh. Okay. I knit it before we moved here. It's probably 8 or 9 years old, maybe. I'm not sure. That's most of it. I just can't tell how much you're getting to see. He's like, what are you doing? So can you hold it, get it in the groove on both sides, and have the tension so that it feels a little bit tight? And then you just like scooch it a little bit at a time. Yes, Michelle, you knit them separately, and then I grafted them together, but I do not think that that's what the pattern said. Did it? Maybe it did. I can't remember how. I don't think I did it the same way that it said in the pattern. Crystal, he does. He got a haircut this week, and he's like grumpy about the cold. Thanks. It normally hangs in my living room, but he was cold, so I grabbed an extra. Nope, this is Louie. Lisa, he just looks different with a haircut. Jennifer says, amazing, beautiful. Thank you. They have done a new series of hexagons, more than one probably, but it's so much yarn, and I'm cheap, so I haven't bought the yarn to make a second one. Craft Design said, what was a fisherman's knot? Lisa said, I got a new book yesterday called Landscape Knitting and It's Blankets. Not enough hours a day. That's no joke. Oh, Michelle, thank you. It's really, just the same as any other color work. It's actually easier because, like, when you knit a sock, you need a lot of stretch, and you don't really need that in this. You just want it to lay flat. So, and actually, this was right after I taught myself color work. I spent a whole summer, because I'm slow, and I just knit one color work project after another until I finally got the tension right. Kathy said, gorgeous. I know myself too well. That would be a 10-year. But you know what? I totally get that. But when you are knitting these hexies, it was like potato chips. Like, I would get one done, set it aside, and then I'd work on other stuff, and then I'd get another one done and set it aside. But once I started one, I wanted to finish it, Crystal said, I feel his pain. You're welcome. Anne said, sometimes I have to use a couple of pieces of painter's tape to hold the dry. Oh, I've never tried that, but that's a really good idea. Lisa said he does. He looks younger. I wish it would work for me too. Me too. Don't look too close because his little mustache is not even, but it doesn't really matter. It's not like we're going to a show, Alice said, I have a book of knots somewhere. I should probably learn something besides macrame knots. I'm sure you can YouTube the fisherman's knot. And I thought they also called it a weaver's knot, but maybe not. Not. Michelle said, I'm still learning color work. My tension is not right all the time, so sometimes it puckers. I feel like it's just practice. Oh, wait, someone's got a mat. Hang on. Sorry, Bubs. Got a little mat on your ear I missed. Ethereal said you can Google fisherman's knot, and there are detailed directions. I learned it before I learned to knit. It is very great for joining yarn. Perfect. What are we working on, Crystal? What is the pattern? Alice said, or I could read the book in practice. I mean, you could. It's hair, just like wool. This is a steeking scissors that I keep right here. Because anywhere I can sit in this whole house, there's like a scissors somewhere. Now that I don't have kids in the house. Because remember those of us who had kids and you could never find a scissors? Okay, Teen has a question on the eel wheel. It did great spinning these singles, but it keeps shutting off on me as I'm trying to ply. I feel like I remember Maurice posting about it. Has anyone had this issue? Is it getting hot, Teen? I did not know about the static. Somebody did comment that static could be a problem. But that sounds like the problem I was having, Teen. So I would contact him and talk to him about it, because he had a batch of motors that is problematic. So you probably need a new motor. I'm sorry, but it's super easy to fix. Elizabeth said, started doing color work this last fall. That looks like a good practice project. I mean, Lisa, is that ever going to stop? But I have bought so many. Like, if I see one that I really like, I'll buy, and they're inexpensive. I'll buy like 2 or 3 pairs and just, you know, and these ones were from Knit Picks. They were very affordable. And they're really nice for steeks because they got that sharp little point. Oh, Crystal. Okay. I think I looked that up before after you talked about it, didn't I? Eileen said regarding scissors, I had that with my mom in the holidays. Well, it's true that we start out one way and then we go back. It's so nice to see you too, Lisa. It's true. It's like, you know how they say you're never more than arm's length away from a spider? It's the same with the scissors at my house. It's true. So you know, Regula has the same thing. Oh my gosh, I just bumped my bubbies. She said my younger kids cleaned up their room before Christmas and suddenly we had like 7 scissors back in the living room. She knows how important her scissors are, Eileen. Definitely teen. If it's not shutting down because of heat, I would be very surprised if it was not the same problem that I had. Because that's how it started. So send him a message and just tell him you think your motor's bad and why. And I would be I mean, I don't know if you're still in warranty, so you may have to pay for it, but I don't think they were crazy expensive either. Lisa said, Eileen, did your mom use them inappropriately or just lose them? That's a good question. Yeah, I think I looked it up though. Aaron, what should we get one of those? Have you seen the needle gauge necklaces that also have a little cutter, yarn cutter? Margarita said I have the Fiskars rounded tip scissors all over the house, and in my project bags they are perfect for snipping yarn and I don't poke myself with them. These come with a little cover too that you whatever to protect you from poking, like cutting through your bags and stuff. Craft Design said I need to copy your scissors trick. What's the trick? Oh yeah, I got 2 different mugs. Right, I do. Alice, come on. Can you imagine? We got a guest room. And it has its own bathroom and everything. Teen said, oh goodness, I hope it's not the motor. Shipping out here costs a fortune, but thank you, strange. It's only happening when plying. It's because that's how it happened with me, Teen, because it started only going in one direction was the problem. The other direction was fine, and then, oh, Lisa, I will put one up. Let me write myself a note. Because my memory's good, it's just very short. Michelle said I only have one little yarn scissors and it stays in my Band-Aid tin. That's smart. As long as you keep them away from it. Those grubby little paws. Ethereal said my kids constantly ruin my scissors. Now they're grown and I hide my scissors from my husband or he ruins them. John would not do that. But in fairness, I have like a lot of scissors available that are not fabric scissors that, you know, he can use whenever. So, but yeah, they're everywhere. So Crazy said, yeah, my mom used my giant tailoring shears for cutting up a chicken. Explain that to the sharpening guy. It was interesting. Okay, wait a minute. Let me yarn cutter necklace. I'm going to miss some stuff, but I'm sure you guys understand that I have to make a note. Hello, Casey. Erin said I have a cutter that you can string on a necklace, but sometimes you just need a longer blade. True. But at least it would be good for a lot of times. Rhonda said, I'd like to be your dog, sleeping on a masterpiece knit blanket, getting constant love for doing nothing. Mats cut out of my hair, little hammy jackets. I did not make this jacket. My mom sent it to him. Little gift jackets. Really? Oh, Crystal said, store your scissors in the freezer. Odd, but it worked and everyone learned not to touch my scissors. Regula said I hide my scissors too. My sewing scissors are forbidden to use except for fabric, and my kids know this. Oh, yep, you just lay around, and if your hair gets matted, someone cuts the hairs out. If you get a hair in your eye, I'll come and fix it for you. Margarita said they are those scissors that kids use in kindergarten. I know exactly what ones you mean. They're the only type I buy for school now because the students don't walk away from them. Yeah, because they don't want to look like they're in kindergarten, you mean? Eileen said yes, she cut her dried fruit with her morning cereals, but to be fair, with my permission, as the apartment did not have any in the kitchen. Oh. Oh no, Eileen. Yes, we need to find you one of those necklaces because if you wear it around your neck, it's not going anywhere. And I do have one. Oh, I don't have it right here. That's meant to wear around your neck. It's like the little holder has a chain on it. Carrie said Dan bought special scissors to spatchcock the Thanksgiving turkey. They're frightening. I would like to see those though. Would you mind posting a picture, Carrie, in the Facebook group? She's doing great, Lisa. I talked to her recently and she said it's going very well. She's still doing PT, but she's doing it at home because her doctor is so happy with her progress that she doesn't have to like go to appointments. She's just doing it on her own because she's doing a good job. She promised me. Yes, Ethereal said, oh, you mean those little round yarn thread cutters? Great for embroidery too, very handy. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, if you guys don't mind hitting the like, that would be cool. Regula said, also, I'm the only lefty in the family. I bet. Nobody would steal your scissors. Michelle said, no, no, no. I would kick my mom for that, cutting up a chicken. Jewel said, wow, feels so good to be at a live. I missed it so hard. Thank you for doing this today. Holidays were hard this year. I'm sorry. This live feeds my emotional self. Being with like-minded people definitely helps. That's why, yeah, I was worried about that, Jules. I'm so glad that it's doing your heart some good. Hello, Jerry. Just arriving. Had about 6 inches of snow yesterday. What? You're in Pennsylvania, right? I didn't realize it was that much. Margarita said it's also fun to watch those boys with huge hands use them. I bet. Yeah, I want to see the picture. Yes, thank you for asking, Lisa. She's doing very well. I'm proud of her. And last time I talked to her, she was like giddy because the pain was so much better. So that's really nice. Hello, Natalie. No, you're right where you're supposed to be. I had to check the time. I was like, how late? I have been reminding myself that right now that I am where I'm supposed to be. Elizabeth, that's kind of what I'm talking about. She said, I have a round cutter that looks like an actual necklace and it's magnetic to hold metal cable needles. I did not ever see a magnetic one before, but I think that's really cool. Casey said, I hide my craft scissors from my fiance so they don't get used for non-crafty things. I'm the same with my pruning shears that I use on my orchids. Speaking of orchids, can I just tell you guys this? I know it's weird, but I always share my weird stuff. For Mother's Day, my son gave me an orchid, and I've never gotten a plant before. I've gotten cut orchids before, but never a plant. Sorry. So I didn't really know what to do. Thank you, Elizabeth. Please do post a picture. And the painter's tape worked, and the fisherman's knot worked. See? All of us together, we can do anything. And I was not sure what to do after it finished blooming. And so John knows somebody who raises orchids, and he asked him, like, what does she do next? And I have a new stalk that's like this tall. So it's going to bloom again. I'm super excited that I did it. I thought I was going to kill it for sure. Ethereal said, Jules, sending you virtual hugs. Here's to feeling the loves. Oh. Yes. I mean, they always help my channel. They'll always help more people see the content. Usually Alice is the one that tells everybody. I feel like I kill my plants and I actually am going to have an orchid baby. Orchid baby. Michelle said, my husband just knows better. Yeah, John would not do that. Carrie said, oh my gosh, I need to learn those skills. Jules said, thank you. Virtual hugs back to all. Ethereal said, awesome. Jerry said, my kids are grown, but they remember the scream if they touch my fabric scissors. I used to have a little skull drawn on a pair of Fiskars ones that when they were new, and it was like, do not touch. Lisa said, uh-oh. Was sorting seeds this week. Almost time to sow leeks and then maybe first tomatoes. Tomatoes. We love them. Natalie said, I'm late on the scissor discussion, but for sewing cutting yarn, I attach my small scissors to a badge holder. Wait, how do you attach them? And clip it to myself. No losing them in the chair, the dog, whatever. Alice. I think it's the window. Ethereal. I don't actually think it's me. And also that I didn't overwater because it's so easy to do. So they thrive on neglect, which is actually kind of my thing. Elizabeth said, I tend to kill all plants, but I would love to try orchids. Elizabeth, do you have a good window? Margarita. I thought we agreed we were never going to talk about Lorenzo. I'm kidding. I did not, because I don't think I did anything wrong. I think we don't have the right conditions. And I figured if I got another one, I would just kill that one too. And then it just gets sad. Elsbeth said, I'm doing the sweater again. First was great gift success. Now I'm making another in menopause size for me. I've not made the same mistakes as the first, so an old dog can learn new tricks. Alice, are you sewing it inside and then going to move it out? Lisa said menopause size hilarious. Ethereal said you have to have special ones to cut them. Okay. Thank you for telling me because I didn't know that. Erin's got her sewing jugs out. My gosh, I am not ready to sew. I think it's too early for me anyways. Crystal said I have resurrected a pothos plant and I have kept my succulent alive so far. I'm currently killing a string of pearls that is in with some succulents. Lisa said, Alice, cool, didn't you say it was hot? Yes, there's just like bark in with mine. Carrie said, I do not have a good window, but I have a plant light. I don't know about that, so thank you, Carrie. Alice said, Elspeth, that sweater was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. Are we talking about the black and white sweater? Tracy said we can't. Tracy. Are you telling me you have tomatoes recently enough to have just canned them yesterday, or were they frozen? Can you tell I'm a little mad at you now? Michelle said, loop the badge holder part. Oh my gosh. Game changer. She's in Northern California. So Crazy said, orchids love a south window in the winter and a north window in the summer. Okay, what I have it actually in is a west window, but it doesn't get a lot of sun, I don't know, for part of the day. I'm going to have to move it in summer, I think. Margarita's trying fig trees this year. I was kidding, Margarita, but we really, I mean, Lorenzo, poor Lorenzo. Alice said, Trisha, I've got it outside. It's actually cooler out there right now. Good, Crystal, because I feel bad. Lisa said, I have a fig tree in my polytunnels for 2 years and nothing, just nothing. Same, Rocks. You know, I need help with this also, I should tell you guys. When I do this in the house, when I start seeds and stuff in the house, I have tried putting the light very close, and I still tend to get them leggier, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Casey said I failed at orchid growing in Michigan. I'm hoping once I have my own house with good windows, I will have better luck in Indiana so long as they don't fall victim to my 2-year-old kitten. Maybe you could hang them in like a macrame thing. And your kitten can just like try but never get to them. Ethereal said if you ever get a chance, look at the dolphin plant. Okay, way cool succulent. Oh, Tracy. Okay, we're good now. Because I was going to cry. You understand then, Ghislaine. That's what I need. I need plants that thrive on neglect, and that's it. Elizabeth said, Alice, thanks. Rocks really got me going again. Thank you, Rocks. Erin said, the jugs are so much easier. You don't have to mess with lights. What? Erin, I need a link. Are you talking about those ones where it's like two bottles or whatever jarry things that you put together and then there's a little dish in the middle? Talk to me. Because that's what I need. I need to stop them from getting so leggy because they never really recover. You know, if they get leggy, they never really. Oh, okay, Lisa. Okay. Okay, had to freeze a ton. Jan's growing bananas. Oh my gosh. Jan, how? Under a grow light. Okay. Jerry said I have a spider plant that is 49 years old, a fern that is 40, and an avocado that my kindergartner started in 1985. My oldest plant is about 33, and I've come so close to killing it so many times that it's like stunted. It's only like this big. It's a Christmas cactus. Alice said to Rocks, frost is unlikely this year in Florida. Elizabeth said I made a chatelaine, is that right? With craft chain, retractable badge holders, and a needle case, scissors, tape measure, always where I need them. I'm going to try that, Lisa. Because the guy I watched on YouTube said, oh, Teresa's got to check for the chicken drama. The guy on YouTube said just put the light very low so they don't have to reach for it, and they still went and got all leggy. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe my light's wrong. Natalie said, Elspeth, you inspired me with that sweater. I just received my yarn and I will pair it with my hand spun. I love that. First color work and for sweater. What can go wrong? It's going to be perfect. Ella said, Teresa, wouldn't it be nice if they understood when you said play nice? It will be awesome. Like maybe you might have to go back and forth a little, but you'll get it. Elspeth said, Natalie, ooh, I'm so very glad. Please post pics and progress. Crystal said, Natalie, everything and nothing can go wrong. You will do just fine. Remember, it's okay to rip back. Exactly. Erin said, winter sowing helps with leggy issues. You plant them in a milk jug, cut in half, and taped shut. They serve as a mini greenhouse. They sprout when ready. So much better than trays. Oh! Is there a hole in the top? Oh, taped shut. So you water, like, do you open them and water? Talk to me. Explain a little bit more. Because I have seen that. Michelle said, get some photos. I can't kill them, honestly. Kill which? Natalie, you can do it, and we'll help you. Bye, Lisa. Oh gosh, we only have 15 minutes left. Craft Design said, now to find one of my many orifice hooks. Guess I need one of those in every room too. You do. Oh, Pathos, yeah. Got it. I haven't had one of those in a long time. I think I overwater them. Elspeth said, Natalie, best advice from the group was guidelines. Highly recommend. Oh. I always use those for lace too. Ella said, take care, Lisa. Have a great evening. Casey said, been working on my shawl lately, hoping to have the body portion complete in the next few days. That's awesome. What's the shawl? Okay, Aaron, I am listening. You have my attention. Where do you live and when do you dare plant them? I know, Carrie. Remember when I did that 4 hour one at the end of Tour de Fleece? That was insane. Like insane. And afterwards, I was so exhausted, but I couldn't fall asleep until I like wound down. Crystal said I soak water my pothos and succulent once a month. I probably did water it too much. I'm probably also watering my succulents too much. I bet you that's why I'm killing that string of pearls. Adia said I have to get lunch. Bye. Thank you for coming. Okay, the jug cap is off. Okay, so you're in Missouri, so you are warmer than me, so I need to go a little colder or later than you. Blah. Party on your needles. I don't, is that, what was that called? What's that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I did post, Alice, but only on YouTube, that I was gonna go 1 to 3 to celebrate St. Distaff. Sorry. I am gonna do Bats live this week, I think, so you'll get some more. Sorry. Cold weather brassica. What is that? I don't know what that is. See? Plant the warm stuff in March. So you already have those jugs in the ground and you're planting them? You've got my attention for real. Because that means I could probably do it in a little, like in the snow? Elspeth said, now that I'm knitting, I'm a little sad I gave so much of my, oh no. Luckily, I know where you can get more hand spun. Oh, he's kicking me. Carrie said, live bats. You had me at live bats. Oh, Rock said I saw the 1 to 3 announcement, but since you always start at 1, oh, sorry. You know what? After I finished and posted, I was like, I probably should have said Eastern, but I forgot. I am sorry. Alice said today's St. Distaff's day and I'm not spinning. Yeah, you're not failing. You're doing perfect. What are you talking about? Ethereal said, oh, string of pearls is like the dolphin plant, except the pea size is pseudo leaves are shaped like, oh my gosh, that sounds cool. This is a tiny, tiny string of pearls too. I've had ones that had bigger little, I guess, leaves on them. Oh, Jerry, well, I hope you make it. The current plan is that I'll be like Wednesday or Thursday afternoon. Eileen said, so lovely to have your company double the time. I'm listening, but a little bit quiet. Oh, that sounds nice, Eileen. I don't know the goldfish plan. I guess I have to look that up. Michelle said, do I have to spin since it's Distaff Day? Like, is it mandatory? Tell me it's mandatory. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, it's mandatory. I mean, you want to honor St. Distaff, who is not actually a person. Aaron said, you plant the starts in the jugs and transfer later. So you don't just pull the jug off? I'm going to look this up. You plant when you want and they'll grow when they're ready. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm hearing you. So they just won't freeze hard in there. Like, and kill the seed like they would because of the jug. Got it. Crystal said it's only mandatory if you want it to be. She just got a wheel, Michelle did, so she's looking for any excuse. We all know what that feels like, pretty much. Oh my gosh, no hardening off. I was just thinking about that too. Crystal said I'm knitting button band and cursing sleeve 4. I'm sorry. Alice said Michelle, it's mandatory. Rebecca said I have a control card for lace and gossiper yarn. Gossamer yarn. Can't wait to start using it. This is a lot of reading, you guys. Carrie said if you don't honor St. Distaff for spinning, all your fiber stash turns to dryer lint. It's like if you don't act right, Krampus will take you away in his bag. True, you don't need an excuse. Kathy said I was still spinning at 2 a.m. Does that count? 100%, of course. I don't think Michelle has a distaff. I don't have a distaff. Alice, I love it. Alice said I've tried to comb. You should card dryer lint. Combing won't work. I'm just kidding. Oh. It was such a lovely blue. That's true. Crystal said if you have a stick of any kind, it's a distaff. We have an empty broomstick. I feel like that would be perfect. Okay, Alice, I was going to tell you that maybe that's why it didn't work. Because, you had to card it. Craft Design said all these hooks and had to use a crochet hook because they are all too big for the orifice. Really? On what wheel? Yes, I probably have a dowel hanging around here somewhere. I'm guessing John does. But what do you actually use it for? I don't really understand. Elsa said Carrie drops what I'm doing and sits at the wheel. Jerry said I have a wrist distaff. That's interesting. It's great for spindle spinning. I'm going to have to look that up because I don't know what that looks like. Uh-oh. Alice said I have to YouTube how to clean my cards to get it out. Oh, no. Oh, the Druidic. Okay. Yes. Eileen said I have 2 distaff bracelets. Yes, of course. Does that count as wonderful for spinning outdoors to prevent my fiber blowing into my spindle? I promise you we have dowels because we have bought dowels for a bunch of different things. Kathy said, oh boy, I better get to spinning. Crystal said a distaff is simply to keep your fiber supply. Okay, so, all right. So if I can keep it out of the way, then I'm good. Or in the case of flax, to keep it together. But I really don't enjoy spinning flax that much, so I probably don't need one. Alice said, distaff, apparently it's best for flax or other uber long staple fiber. I mean, I've seen people like spin wool off of them. And I'm always like, I don't get it. Why? Because, you can just, I didn't get much spinning done in 2 hours. That is just pathetic. Ethereal said a small distaff is for hand spinning with drop spindles. Can be bigger too. Mine is wood and carved. Think a tiny Harry Potter type wand with fiber wrapped around it and held in place with a ribbon. I mean, I've seen them. I just don't really understand. Like, if you were spinning on a spindle, aren't your hands already full? Why would you want that extra? I don't get it. Crystal said when I drop spindle, I wrap my fiber around my wrist. Me too. Michelle said I do not have a distaff. Hello, Athena. How are you? So you are. Yes, you are your own distaff. I love spinning outdoors, Eileen, but it's usually in my backyard. And there is not that much breeze because there's trees on either side. And, well, all the way around except for where the house is. So it blocks a lot of the wind and breeze. But like I like to go to the beach and do it too. Alice said I just use a little crochet wristband. That's smart too. Bye, Elizabeth S. Happy St. Distaff Day to you. Anne said I'm getting lots of plying. What are you working on, Anne? I know you're trying to ply, but too bad. Just kidding. Ethereal said mine had a thin leather strip to tie it to my wrist. It dangles. That sounds kind of cool. Oryx said yes, but we had a good chat. We did. That's true. Alice said on the EW, I just drop it someplace convenient where the cats won't walk in it. I try to do that too. Okay, Rebecca's got an antique one. I didn't realize so many people had them. Okay, the fiber drafts off easily. Jerry said Andean women would wrap their wool around a distaff and stick it in their waistband. I've seen that, but I didn't realize it. Bye, rocks. So their hands were free for spinning. Crystal said you can make a wrist distaff by braiding a bracelet and leave long tails to wrap the fiber around. I think, Rhonda, it's a joke about because like the 12 days before are all different saints' days. And so I think it's a joke about going back to work. You know what I mean? You probably knew that. Craft Design said scrunchies work. Perfect. Eileen said I wrap it around my wrist, but when it blows, it often blows off my wrist. With a bracelet, it cannot do that. Michelle, were you fangirling? Elsbeth said colorwork success for me is all about the yarn management. Perhaps it's the way you're holding the yarn doesn't give enough room for the floats. Extra space is never bad. 100%. And when you're changing colors, it's always good to like spread the last color stitches out to create a little bit of a longer float. Crystal, I don't know what that is, but I think I need to look that up too. Ooh, Athena said I'm good, thanks. I'm a little late today. I was doing yoga core stuff. How are you? You sound better than last time. I am much better. I feel pretty normal. As normal as I ever do. Thank you for asking. I'm sorry about your core. Sounds like tomorrow you might be feeling some kind of way in your core. Anne said I'm spinning all of the yarn for a pressed flowers cardigan. Right now I'm applying the main color. Still need to spin and apply the contrasting color. Hello, Xander. I might have to try the scrunchie. Elsbeth, I'm sure it's not true in Canada. Alice! Yeah, they're gonna eat the pests. You want them to eat the moths, don't you? I read something too that like the average adult human eats like 60 spiders a year. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I just got wool in my mouth. That was punishment. You see? Karma. It hit me fast and hard with the wool in the mouth. Alice said, what my daughter texted me when I asked her to open the screen window only but for mosquitoes. Oh my gosh, Alice, that is so funny. Eileen said, I've been spinning on the fiber a beer sent me for the Christmas exchange. What did you get, Eileen? Elsbeth said, I have a silicone spider catcher. Oh, I've seen those. I leave them alone if they're outside their zone, but if they come inside to my zone, I try to gently put them back where they belong. I prize my zone. I feel like if you try to put them back gently, that is very kind. I think I need to see what you mean about the silicone. I think I know. Is it like a broomy kind of thing with like... I don't know why I'm doing that. Ethereal said, I often have to choose between live streams. There's one from a gamer. Oh, wait. Is Sadie on at the same time? Why would Sadie be on at the same time? She used to come here. Athena said, today I read that 8-legged monsters also make silk and people can make yarn out of it. Not me, obviously. Okay. Have you guys seen There is a video out there. They saved spider silk for like, I want to say 8 years and made a robe out of it. It is the coolest. Ethereal said spiders are okay. They get flies, etc., but I limit their population. Yeah. I don't like to get that close. Because Alice said I use a solo cup and a piece of paper to escort them out. Kathy said between my wool, my little pomsky, and my hair, I always have hair in my mouth. Blah, blah, blah. I feel you. Ethereal, we have them too. Oh, you know, because you lived here. Eileen said I got some beautiful BFL bamboo. Oh, I feel like I saw it. You posted a picture, right? I thought it would be hard to spin, but I'm spinning from the fold, and it's so much fun to spin. Beautiful, right? Oh my gosh. And we get them so bad here too. The stink bugs. Kathy. We have a dog door, so sometimes I will just like, but usually we don't save the spiders. I'm sorry. We get really scary ones. There is no way. Elizabeth said jumping spiders are the best. They hardly ever bite unless you see. I don't really come that close. Crystal, no, my pet daddy longlegs got offended and scuttled across the ceiling. I'm sorry. Alice said I will use a torch on our invasive brown widows. Oh, but their silk pings at E and it's so strong would probably make great fiber. Oh my gosh, that gave me the shivers. Same, Jan. Or a slipper. Eileen said, indeed, why would she do that unless she maybe did not know you were on too, but you were on most Sundays. That's all right. But she did used to come. I miss her. I still love her. Carrie said, I will usually get a cup and a card to get the spiders back outside, but if they creep into the shower with me, they get the shower head. It gets the hose. So Crazy said, sorry, spiders are a nope in the house. My nephew has a pet tarantula that's kind of cute from my house, that is. Yeah. I don't visit him at his house. Yeah. You know what? If they come in the shower, that's like a different level. Truly. Rania said, oh, I don't trust jumping spiders. Eileen, they only stink if you squish them. But yes, it's a real thing. We have a certain time of year where, well, we get them in spring and fall, where they're just like everywhere. They're these little flat bugs with kind of cool patterns on their exoskeleton. Ethereal said hummingbirds use the spider web to make their nest. That is true. They do if they can. Athena said to Jan, me too, when there is no here around to do it for me, I make ninja sounds too. Even said my grandpa lost his leg. You guys heard about the black widow at our house. Crystal said stink bugs smell worse than dead snails. I have never smelled dead snails. Ethereal said jumping spiders have the cutest green iridescent fangs. I didn't know that. And big they are cute. But I don't think I want to like pet them and stuff. Athena said not because I'm the hero, by the way, it's a fear scream. Alice said, is it weird that we have the stink bugs, but I've never smelled one that I know of? I escort them out. Exactly, Carrie, thank you. She said, I'm too naked for spiders when I'm in the shower. Joanne said, late to the party. Hi from snowy Boston. Hi, Joanne. Are you spinning yet? I need to hear. Kathy said, stink bugs are epidemic level where I live. Oh, I bet you do. We also get crazy ladybugs in the spring, like the kind of late spring. Ethereal, they are really cool, but I still don't want them near me. Elizabeth said, yes, Eileen, the stink bug issue is a really yucky thing. Anne said, if a spider gets in the shower, yeah, thank you. Also, like, you have no defense. It's just you and the spider and the shower head. Elsa said, see, you go and type the word fang and all else turns to gibberish in my brain. Sorry. Green fangs. Oh, Eileen, you have no idea. Because like those are Midwestern creatures. If you go like to New Mexico where there's desert, you get a whole different level. You get like not Australia level creatures, but close. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get through these and then I'm gonna go. So Athena said, Aaron, that's terrible. That is terrible. Crystal said, you're lucky to not have smelled a dead snail. It's the nastiest thing ever. Anne said, a friend gave us eggs from her chickens and they tasted like stink bugs. No. What did they eat? Alice said, I've pet a tarantula before. Does that count? Oh, no. It was in the pet shop, though. No. No, no. Joanne said, no spinning yet. Hubby ordered a scarf on December 23rd. Well, that's okay. Oh, okay. I did not realize that. I really thought we only had them here. I'm sorry, Southern people. Ethereal said they aren't teeth, so I can't call them that, but they will learn that if you provide food and jump to you. Oh, that sounds cute. So they just like gently tap you, like, may I have some food? My in laws have more issues. Really, Aaron? Ew. Gross. Maybe the chickens ate stink bugs. Okay, everybody is thinking the same thing. Elspeth said, yeah, still one big fan over me. Yeah, okay, they were eating the stink bugs. Oh. Okay, that grossed me out. The thought of, ooh. Okay. All right, you guys, I gotta go. It's after 3. 2 hours. Happy Saints Distaff Day. I really appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me. You're always the bestest. So much fun. I was telling someone earlier, like, even if I don't really think I feel like it, I always know that as soon as I get on here, you guys are going to make me laugh and be fun. And so it's fine. It's great. Oh, gosh, Alice, that is disgusting. Love you too. Message me about this. Because I got you, girl. I'm sorry I was almost half done by the time I ever even saw you say it. Otherwise, I probably would have gone ahead and sent them to you. This has been a very, very good one. You guys showed up for me today. I will see you later in the week for bat making. And there will be a video on Tuesday. So I'm going to give it a glamour shots, Anne, so don't worry before. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.